Just speak some stuff from the heart real quick. Everybody talking about this eclipse on October 2nd. Let me tell you something real quick, right? That eclipse is not what you think it is. It's about if your heart chakra isn't right, then you messed up. You know what I mean? And all this whole thing with all these natural disasters, let me tell you, natural disasters been increasing since day one. The earth is going through so many transformations, which means that you have to go through the transformations with the planet. You have to properly align yourself with the planet. If you're not properly aligned, then you're going to be caught up in the mayhem and mischiefs of those that are on the low frequencies or the low vibrations. So my thing to you, if you really want to go into that and you really want to go on the high vibrations of the planet, then you got to go through the transformations dealing with the solstice. You got to properly align yourself with the solstice, meaning that if when there's a fall solstice, you have to align yourself. When there's a winter solstice, you have to align yourself. When there's a spring solstice, you have to align yourself. When there's the summer solstice, you have to align yourself. Now, all four seasons is representing the cross that you see in Christianity. That deals with the rise and fall and the death of the sun. Okay? So you got to properly align yourself with that because you have a soul that's connected to the sun. Your heart chakra is also, along with your crown, is connected to the sun. So you have to go through these different transformations to properly align yourself with breathing properly, proper meditations, clear your thoughts, your minds, and also stay positive. Don't let these people scare you about this eclipse. Don't let that fear mongering mess you up during this whole eclipse. I'm telling you what I know, and everything's going to be fine to those that follow what I'm saying. Keep your karma good. Keep it at the pace of being good, not negative. Do not display hate. Do not display um, anger, none of that stuff. You have to know how to control yourself. This is why I take that's why I take self-defense to calm my energy, to calm my anger, because I'm an Aries Deacon 3, but I'm still in Aries, and we're known for our anger. So I use self-defense and also breathing exercises, which is dealing with the Zen slash Buddha side of things, and I focus on breathing techniques. This is the only way you can balance yourself. You got to properly balance yourself with the planet and the solstices, because I'm telling you, that eclipse is not what everybody making it seem like. It's not as bad as people think. This is all dealing with the heart chakra. If your heart chakra is not right, and the whole thing when people talking about the scales and all that, that's the scales of Mayat. Mayat is also dealing with the planet Venus. Don't believe me, look it up. Mayat deals with the planet Venus. And Venus also went by the name Aphrodite, went by the name Oshun, deals with the goddess of love. You have to use the divine love. You have to also remember your heart is on the scale with the feather at all costs, at all times. You have to balance yourself. If you don't balance yourself and you don't do things right to bring forth that karmic debt, then you're gonna have an issue. You gotta make sure your karma is good, which means you treat everybody how the way you want to be treated. If they treat you wrong, do not lose your cool. Let them fall in the fade. You got work to do. Do not fall for that BS, okay? You have to understand everybody trying to use fear mongering on this eclipse. Let me tell you, when you're properly aligned with the planet and the solstices, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Don't take what these people say is the fear mongering. Oh, this eclipse is going to bring this, it's going to bring that. Let me tell you, let me tell you something. Gaia is transforming. You have to transform with her. You are connected to Gaia. And I want to tell you, so called black women, I say so called because you're not black. You are totally connected to this solar system, this galaxy, this planet. And the Gregorian calendar is the calendar that we use that has 365 days in a year. You are divinely connected to this solar system, and this planet. That is why they are taking you and they're kidnapping you and your children and the young black girls and so on. That is why all the nations of men are trying to get with you. Brothers, the same go to you. You and the sisters are the mothers and fathers of civilization, and that all of these things that they're practicing, you did that before everybody else. They're practicing your science every day, and you need to know that. They practice your science every day, and you don't even realize it. And yet they give you the Bible and tell you everything that your ancestors practiced was demonic. It was never demonic. It's about the energy of the individual. Keep that in mind. Your energy means a lot on this planet, on this plane. You have to properly align yourself to do what you have to do here. Listen, that solstice is not what everybody think it is. Everything's there with the heart chakra. Please believe me. Please look it up for yourself. The brother, I'm not lying to y'all about this. It's real stuff that I'm trying to share with you. Just know that's what it is. All right? Because don't get caught up with these confused ass people out here that think they know what they're talking about this solstice and about this about I mean not the solstice about this eclipse, and they talking all this fear mongering and they don't know what's going on really. Your heart chakra is the key. Your heart is the key to the throat, to the crown, to the sacral, all of that. You got to keep in mind the heart is the key. Wherever your heart is, that is where you're heading. Okay? Many of you want to reach nirvana. In order to reach nirvana, you have to clear your mind, clear your spirit, and also have divine love. Everybody, even the negative people and the positive, all have a connection to the divine because you're a spiritual being living in a human experience. What does that mean? That you are a connection to the divine, both positive and negative. Keep that in mind. This is not made up. This is not my teachings. There's teachers and books that you can read on about this. One of the things I recommend that you read is a book called The Breath. I think The Science of the Breath. That's one of the books. I forgot who the author is. The Kabbalion. The Kabbalion, get that, is by the three initiates. It's talking about the all. Um, the Kabbalah by Dion. Excuse me, the Kabbalah by Dion Fortune. The Psychic Self Defense by Dion Fortune. um, I'm trying to remember some other books. Give me a second. Um, you can get Dr. York book on the breath. You can get you can also listen to like I think is it 732 megahertz I think for meditation. You want to listen to stuff like that and meditate. Affirmations is fine, but you can't limit yourself only to affirmations. You gotta expound yourself to the horizons of the highest level of spirituality and consciousness. Um, find out what indigenous science fit you, either voodoo or Haitian voodoo, New Orleans voodoo, Ifa, Santeria, Palomiombi, like whatever fit your spirit and whatever your spirit calling you on, you go there. It might even lead you to Buddhism. Whatever your spirit leads you to, that's the place that you go to. Listen to your spirit. Whatever practice your spirit tell you, go for it. If you decide to go into Christianity, you have to keep your mind open. Do not fall for the plagues of Christianity. Okay? You got to understand this. This is not to bash Christianity, but you have to understand if you go directly to the Christian aspect, keep your mind open to other traditions and other so called religions. Okay? So you can actually pave the way to start expounding or expanding your mind to become the great spiritual being that you truly are. A lot of people don't want to talk about this. This is why I came forth about that daggone eclipse. It is not what everybody think it is. That ring of fire, I looked it up myself, okay? It's dealing with your character, you being humane. It's about you being consciously aware. When all the chaos and stuff erupts and happens, you have to stay on point. And I'm going to tell you, I was on a conference call with my National Grand Sheik, and I was listening to our my National Grand Sheik. Me and the brother William Jolly, we listened to our National Grand Sheik, and There are times that's coming that's going to be difficult. Yes, and you do have to get nationalized or become indigenous to this land and also to this planet. But there's ways of doing it. But you have time. Prepare yourself for spiritual tests this coming month. Spiritual tests going to be testing you with people, places, and things. People, places, and things. We call those nouns in the English language. Keep your mind open and look at those that are people, places, and things that's going to try to knock you off the spiritual path. I'm telling you what they're going to do. You are a divine being living a human experience, and you're going to go through trials and error. That's just how life is. But the proper ways of doing, meditating, breathing, focusing on what you came here to do. You cannot save the world. That is not your job, is to save the world. Your job is to save you and your family. If you have a family, if you're married, wife, whatever, that's your job. And if you can't save them, then you got to move forward and keep on progressing, because everybody's not going to make it with you on this path. Everybody's not going to make it with you. And you got to be open and realize that you're different than everybody else, and you always will be different than everybody else. There's only one you, like there's only one me. There's only one her, and so on. And this goes on and on and on. You can do this. And I'm telling you what I know. And I want you to know that this don't even have this daggone lie don't even have a title to it. I just want to give you this message to let you know what time it is. Keep your eyes open, keep your eyes on the weather, keep your eyes on everything, because you can only make things better for you. Okay? Divine love, divine spirit within you. And I want to say, may you stay on your journey and be blissful and be loving and caring, regardless on who ticked you off. Keep moving forward. Ignore the negativity. I love you all.